Hello, welcome to episode 48 in the Datapack tutorial series. Take note, we are in version 1.21.3. You have to be at least 1.2 for this to work, so we're going to be using a predicate checking the player's inputs. That's basically what we're doing. But instead of just doing something boring like saying players pressing left, players pressing right, we'll set up a little CCTV camera as an example to use, and we'll control the camera using our inputs. Okay, let's pop over to VS Code. If you don't know how to get this far, you can watch episode 1. And if you want to make a more interesting CCTV camera, because we're just going to do a basic example, you can watch CCTV testing part 1, which I will put into the description. Well, I'll put a link in the description. Right, let's make a start. Let's make some files and folders. So let's keep our functions tidy. Let's go into function and create a new folder, and I'll put my functions in CCTV. And we'll make a new file. And I'm going to process the inputs, MC function, and we will need to summon a camera. We're just going to summon a basic camera. As I said, linked in the description will be a different video with a much better camera. And we also want to spectate the camera. Spectate the camera. Okay, so that should be our functions done. We are going to need, well, I'm going to make a loot table, actually, an empty loot table, because it doesn't exist anymore. Death loot table empty has been taken away, so I'm going to make my own. So new folder, loot table. In there, I will create a new file, and I call it empty.json. And we're going to want some predicates. So in namespace again, let's just check we've got these right. We should have function loot table. Yep. New folder in the namespace. Predicate. In there, we're going to have 4 predicates. We're going to have input left, I suppose, will do, won't it? We'll make that as JSON. Okay, we're going to have more, but they're going to be so similar that I'm going to cut and paste them, copy and paste them. Sorry, I always say cut and paste. I think that's probably everything. We've got a tick function set up. Okay, let's make our empty loot table. Now, I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but just doing that will work. There we go. There's our loot table. It's got nothing in it. Right, that one's done. Let's summon the camera. Let's summon a creeper at these coordinates, and you'll notice that my Datapack helper is not updated, so it's not going to autofill anything for me, so that's going to be fun. Silent true, although I believe creepers are pretty much silent anyway. It'll need a tag, tags CCTV. Don't want it blowing up when I'm spectating it. No AI true. I'm going to set its rotation as well. Rotation 180F, 0F. And it's death loot table, so when it dies it doesn't drop its gunpowder. Death loot table. I wish it would autofill for me so I didn't have to remember anything. Right, our namespace, IDYT, underline episode 48. And we called the death loot table empty. Okay, done. Let's pop over to Minecraft. Here we go. Let's do a reload. Reload. That's what that button does there. So if I press that button, it's just reloading as well. And let's summon a camera. Function. Summon camera. There's our camera. Okay, we haven't given it invisibility or anything. Again, watch the episode linked in the description for a better camera. We're just mainly focusing on the inputs. Right, let's go back. Let's spectate the camera. We will game mode, spectator, person running, stop it, person running the function, and then we will spectate the nearest entity whose type equals creeper, whose tag equals CCTV. That'll do for the spectate camera. So we've done summon, we've done spectate, we've got rid of the empty JSON. There we go. we need to process some inputs. So probably next would be, let's do the tick function. We will execute as any player, as all players, game mode equals spectator, run function id yt episode 48 CCTV process inputs, process me inouts, process inputs, save that. Let's close that. Let's go to process inputs. Let's just say hi. Let's save that. Let's go back. Let's do a reload. Cool. So if I now run the function to spectate that camera, it should spam me with hi. It does indeed, but I don't actually seem to be spectating it. So that's interesting. Okay, let's go out of creative. Let's just check your tags here. Tag remove. Well, you have CCTV tag. Okay. Let's go back to spectate camera. Well, okay, well that's just going to be wrong, isn't it? Look at that. Did I really type that? Spectate camera, nearest entity, type equals creeper, at S is going to be spectating it. That was terrible. Apologize for that. Reload. Spectate camera. There we go. We can spectate the camera. Okay. Now let's do what we actually came here for, and let's control some inputs. I'm stuck in the ground. Stop it. Right, let's pop over to Misode. Here we are in the predicate generator. You'll notice I switched the version. Over on the right here, you can see that green tag, 1.2, 1.2. That's fine, because if we look 1.2, 1.2, and 1.2, 1.3. So that's okay. Right, let's set ourselves some conditions. Entity properties. Entity is going to be this. Okay, let's get a predicate going. It will be type specific. You'll notice down here we don't have inputs. So let's set this to a string. We'll set that to player. We'll attempt to spell simple words. I've put it into type. Very silly. That's not where we want it. We want it in type specific. Player. There we go. And I'm just going to remove over here that type that I put in. Okay. So, Minecraft player. And now we should have access to input. And we can go into input. And we'll just say, is the player pressing the left button? So you've got a choice of like a few buttons there. We'll check if they're pressing left. And that's it. So I'm going to copy that. Copy. I'm going to pop over here. I'm going to put it into my input left predicate. And save that. And then I'm going to control copy, paste, paste, paste. We'll change this one to say input right. And we'll change that to, we'll just change the left to right. Make sure you spell it correctly. And we'll go to this one and we'll change this one to input forward. And we'll change the left. You could probably guess to what it's going to be. Forward. And we'll do the last one. We'll input backward. And we will change the left to backward. Okay, we've got our predicates set up. Let's go to our tick. In our tick, we're processing inputs. Let's go to process inputs. And let's process these things. Execute if predicate. Remember, we're running this as any player in spectator. So execute if predicate, our namespace id yt episode 48, and we called it input left. And then we'll execute as the nearest type equals creeper. Tag equals CCTV at that creeper, run TP that creeper to the same position, but we're going to change it's your -1. Okay, I'm going to copy that, copy, end, 1, 2, 3. So if we're going left, we go -1. If we're going right, we'll go 1 on the yaw. If we're going forward, we will go, what's for forward? Forward is -1. That's looking up, yeah. And backward on the pitch would be looking down, so that's going to be 1. We'll save that. We will pop back. We will do a reload. We will spectate the camera, and I will press left, right, up. Oh, got a problem with up. Ah, I can see my problem. Okay, that was just a silly thing. Let's go back and fix that. We're still changing the yaw. Let's take it from yaw, change it to pitch. Save that. Pop back. Do a reload. Spectate the camera, and now I can go up and down. Or you can press 2 at the same time. We can go diagonals. No problem. But now we've got a CCTV camera that we can control with the player inputs. Fantastic. Let me get outside of this creeper's head. Get off. Okay. Player inputs and a CCTV camera as an example. There we go. Another nice little short one today. Look, I've left you loads of time to get on with some important things. Anyway, take care. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.